Hi guys. So today we're doing something fun. As you may have seen from the title, we are reading the Harry Potter series. I'm excited. I've never read these books before, but I fucking love the movies. I've seen all of them about 50, 60, 70, 200 times maybe. I'm super excited. I have made it to like chapter 6, but this is from like 2 years ago. I didn't get very far. So I was thinking that we could do some videos together of like all the books. We'll see. That's a bit ambitious, but we'll see if I can do it. I really want to because, like I said, I love the movies, but I never really got to a point where I really wanted to read the books until now. And yeah, I'm also scared by the size because these like 3 last books, well, that's the wrong way. These like 3 or 4 last books in the series are huge. So I was really scared. But I'm just thinking that in my head, I'm thinking the first 3 books aren't that long. And so I could get them done really fast. And then by that point, I absolutely adore the 3rd movie. I think aesthetic-wise, it's the best. The lighting, the storyline, just like, I think appearances-wise, the 3rd and like maybe the 4th one are probably my favorite. But yeah, I'm super excited. So we're back. So there's an angle change, but I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, I'm super excited. I think I'm going to compile like a highlight of all of my thoughts going through it into like for TikTok or Instagram. But ever since the Hogwarts Legacy game came out, I've been really dying to read, or to hopefully this time continue reading Harry Potter. But yeah, let's get into it. So first I have a couple of thoughts, basically just up to the 6th chapter. Like I said, I love these movies. I don't know how many times I've seen them throughout the time that they've been out. I am old enough that I got to see at least the last 2 or 3 movies in theaters. So I didn't get to see all of them in theaters. At the point that I was able to watch them, I basically just ran through them. I pretty much know what happens in every book. Obviously there's a lot of canon things that don't happen in the movies, which is a big reason I want to read the books, because again, love the movies, but there's just the pretty much general consensus is there's a lot of things that are missing from the story. Have to read the books to kind of get any information on. There's a lot of characters, a lot of places, a lot of parts of Hogwarts history, Harry's history, and all the other characters' history that you just don't get in the movies. Another thing is I love Ginny in the movies, even when I was a kid. I want to understand book Ginny because she is the version everyone enjoys and everyone likes. But first little tidbits is obviously this is a kid's book. At least up until I'd say about the 3rd book. They are maybe the 1st and 2nd one, not so much the 3rd one, at least based off of what I know from the movies. At least the 1st and 2nd one are canonically like kids movies, kids books, although they were a little bit scary. The books are, I'd feel, more kid friendly. And then once you get to like the 4th book and on, they get a little bit older in age, but it's pretty much like teen or preteen kind of rating. So if you're unaware, you will be reading a kid's book for at least the 1st and 2nd one, and maybe the 3rd one. But because of that, it's more like someone is telling you the story rather than you actually, everything is happening in this world. It's more like someone's just reading you what's going on. So it's very easy to read, but at the same time it could be very boring for some other people, which I don't think Harry Potter would really be boring because there's a lot of world building that happens in this 1st book. So I don't think you'd really be bored per se, but people who don't really like kids writing might not enjoy reading the first book, which is upsetting for some people, but whatever. So chapter 6 starts with, the chapter name is The Journey from Platform 9 3/4, so I'm assuming this is the part where Harry gets to go to Hogwarts and basically finds the platform. And I don't remember this happening in the movies, but it basically, chapter 6 starts with him basically saying that after he had come back from shopping for his wand, for his owl and everything, and he lived at the house for the last month before going to Hogwarts, and they kind of just ignored him, which, I mean, you can tell by the first, like, 3 chapters of this book that the Dursleys are absolutely horrible to him. I know we've all seen the deleted scene with Petunia talking about Lily in the movies, which I don't know why they got rid of it, but it's kind of more apparent in the books how, like, absolutely horrible they were to him. It was definitely some kind of mental abuse going on, but it's like this whole paragraph is basically just them ignoring him and, like, not speaking to him. And he says, although it was an improvement in many ways, it did become a bit depressing after a while, which I'm sure it did. He's like, what, 11? 11, 12? It is kind of weird that no one explains to Harry how he's supposed to get to Hogwarts. It's just like, oh, like, get to King's Cross and, like, your train will be there. And it's like, no one explain to Harry that, one, platform 9 3/4 doesn't exist, and it's not an actual train in King's Cross that you can get to as a normal person, as a muggle, I guess. Because he's having a conversation with his Uncle Vernon, just basically about, like, him getting to King's Cross so that he can, you know, get to Hogwarts. And his Uncle Vernon just goes, funny way to get to a wizard's school, the train. Magic carpets all got punctures, have they? It's just like, I don't know, maybe I don't understand the Dursleys, I guess. I so badly want to mark this book up because, I mean, I have loved Fred and George forever, and I'm at the part where it's like, I'm not Fred, I'm George. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother. Can't you tell I'm George? Sorry, George, dear. Only joking. I'm Fred. But this isn't my book, so I can't mark through it. But I would love to mark that like, little paragraph here, because has my heart. I'm gonna sob in Deathly Hallows. I truly will not be okay at the end of that book. That's gotta feel really shitty. Like, not gonna lie, like, losing both your parents and then, like, not really understanding what happened to them, and then have all these people, like, gawk at you for, like, basically just, like, trying to live normally, I guess. Live normally, you're a wizard. Normally is really not a good word choice for that. I don't know if this is a spoiler. I've seen all the movies, so at this point, I don't really know what's a spoiler and what's not. But they're talking about how, like, Harry wishes he had, like, wizard brothers. And Ron's talking about how, like, everything he's basically gotten is a hand-me-down, yada yada yada. And at the end, he's like, I've got Bill's old robes, Charlie's old wand, and Percy's old rat. Was Scabbers Percy's rat? Was that just never explained in the movies? I just thought Ron just, like, found him. Or that, like, Pettigrew, like, just came to Ron, and Ron was like, oh, you're my pet now. Like, I really don't know. Let me know if there's any lore behind that, or any background information about Percy, or Scabbers being Percy's old rat. question. Were Bean Boozled, the jelly beans, were those out when this book came out? Because, like, what I'm getting from the every flavor beans is basically just the Bean Boozled challenge. So I wonder if it was a thing when this came out, then if she got inspiration from that, or did they get inspiration from Harry Potter to make the Bean Boozled challenge? Imagine, like, not knowing this entire world exists and then having someone tell you they're in, like, 3 of your realms, like, history books. I'd be like, excuse me? I'd be like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. And he was, like, an infant. So I'm at the Sorting Hat portion. Well, I'm past it, actually. So, what was I gonna say? Even though the lines are the same in the movie, where he's like saying, please not Slytherin, please not Slytherin, and the Sorting Hat is like, not Slytherin A, are you sure? You could be great, you know, it's all here in your head, and so Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness, no doubt about that. No? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor. Like, those are the same lines in the movie, I'm pretty sure. But it was only until I read it, I was like, oh, did, like, Harry... Did he, like, manifest not being put in Slytherin? Like, is that canon? Like I said at the beginning, like, there's just so much stuff that, like, doesn't happen in the movie. Like, when the Sorting Hat, like, sings its little song, I don't remember that happening in the movie. And then, like, their, like, whole, like, school song is also here. And I'm like, why wasn't this included? Also, Dumbledore is, like, we've only been introduced to his, like, actual character for, like, maybe a couple of pages. But, like, he seems like he's in a, like, a silly, goofy mood. Like, he's definitely different than, like, movie Dumbledore. Like, movie Dumbledore is very serious, very, like, wise. I can see book Dumbledore being more on track with, like, the Mad Hatter, if you know what I mean. Like, just, like, a crazy little old man, you know? It's weird. Oh, it's not weird. Weird's not the right word. It's funny. I like I said, he's only been here for, like, a couple pages, but, like, he's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's just a silly, goofy mood kind of personality, you know? You know what I don't like? Like, it's obvious watching the movies that you're like, oh, okay, Snape loved Lily. Lily chose James. So obviously Snape is gonna have a bit of a grudge against the Potter family. But it's like, come on. Like, he's just a kid. And so it's like, why ask him these questions? Like, you're just embarrassing him at this point. Like, it's really not that deep, Snape. Like, at all. It's not that deep. Like, we get it, you're heartbroken, but, like, he's, like, 12. So, I mean, you're like, bullying a kid at this point. I wish I could have recorded my reaction, but, like, there's a point where they're working with a cauldron to, like, cure boils, and obviously Neville fucks it up. And he goes, you, Potter, why didn't you tell him not to add the quills? Thought he'd make you look good if you got it wrong, did you? That's another point you lost for Gryffindor. It's like, Jesus Christ, Snape. He's so annoying, and I'm like, not even halfway through the book. It's the first book, and Snape is so annoying. Like, in the movies, he's, like, really tough, but, like, come on, man. Like, he's a kid. He's an orphan. Like, I know I'm probably going to be saying that a lot, but Snape is getting annoying. Makes me want to, like hit him with the book, you know? This is probably a stupid question. Is the bank that was broken into on Gringotts Harry's vault, or the vault that Harry and Hagrid went to? Maybe it's a dumb question. Maybe it's self-explanatory. But it says that the vault that was searched had been, in fact, emptied the same day. Is it Harry's vault? Again, could be a stupid question. I think Neville is like the comedic timing we all need in some books. It's like, I don't think we've even known Neville for that, like, maybe even less than this much. And he's hurt himself, like, 5 or 6 times already. And, like, now he's got a fucking broken wrist. And I'm just like... It's so funny. Oh my god. We love Neville. He's a comedian. And, like, McGonagall, like... I love her. Like, honestly. Like, she's so, like, girl boss, right? Like, she sees Harry flying on this broom when he's not supposed to. And she, like, is, like, really, like, stern about it. And then takes Harry all the way up to see Oliver to basically give him a position in the Quidditch team. Like, really just out here doing the Lord's work, you know? And it's so fun that, like, when you find out that James was also a seeker, and so now Harry gets to be one as well, and so now it's like a thing that they share, and it's really sweet. Although at one point, I'm sure there are multiple people who think Hermione is annoying. She does have a point. It's like, yeah, I know Malfoy challenged you to a duel, but, like, you're just gonna get us all in trouble by going out at midnight to meet him, Crabbe, and Goyle to what, like, fight? Like, and they're setting it up to the point where I think Malfoy's, like, gonna kick his ass, but, like, I don't know. Does this happen in the movies? Ugh. I don't know if I've seen the first one in a while. I generally rewatched the 3rd, 4th, and 5th one the most. So I really don't remember if the duel happens. I don't know. I can't remember. But, like, they're setting it up that Malfoy's gonna, like, kick his ass. So I don't really know how this whole thing is gonna go. I don't know. Anyway, she's right. Like, you're gonna get us all in trouble, and you're gonna make us lose the house points if you go. Like, what's the point? For some reason, the picture of, like, the troll in the chapter title, like, Halloween, is, like, ingrained in my brain from childhood. Like, so I'm at the point where Wood is teaching, basically laying out the ground rules for Quidditch, which I guess is that in the movie, or did I just miss it? Anyway, and Harry's rattling off, like, the rules back to Wood in, like, a very simplified form, and Wood goes, now the last member of the team is a seeker. That's you. You don't have to worry about the quaffle or the bludgers. And Harry goes, unless they crack my head open. Funny, funny, funny. Joke, joke, joke. Quidditch is also such a weird game. Like, I don't understand how it was kind of thought up. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Like, it's a mix of a ton of sports, whether it's American sports or European sports or whatever. Like, I mean, at its bare bones, it's like there's players, there's a goal, and then, like, there's just this, like, curveball thrown in with the snitch, and it's like, how did that even come to play, you know.
This book has a weird, like, really weird thing with, like, facts and trivia that is just mind-boggling. Like, the whole, like, Quidditch thing, that there's, like, 700 ways to foul, and that it all happened during one game, and that, like, referees just go missing and sometimes end up in the Sahara Desert. It's like, it's like, how do you come up with things like this? I just... I don't understand it. But we are, I'd say, at this point, like halfway through our book. We are on chapter 11, page 180. So we've done a good bit. We've done a good bit, considering I'm tired.
So it's like 3 a.m. I just finished. I'm too tired to say anything about the book, so I'll update you tomorrow morning. But we have finished.
So it's the next day. I've had some time to think about the rating. We're probably gonna give it like a 4.41. I think 4 is too low, but 4.5 is also just a bit too high. Like I said in the beginning, it is a kid's book. So definitely, it was a lot happened, but I don't know if it's like a 5-star book. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it so much. I finished it so quickly too. I wasn't even expecting to get through it, because I think when I first tried to read it like 2 years ago, I think I spent like a good like 4 hours trying to get into it, and I just couldn't. But now that I've kind of had some time to get better at reading, become more of a, you know, a reader girly, I think it was easier for me to get through. But yes, I really enjoyed it. Again, I think I'm gonna stick with like a 4.31, 4.32. I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I'm really excited because we are now on to the next book. Also, these covers are so fun. Like, look at them. They're so like detailed and everything. Like, I love them. Anyway, we're on to this book now. I'm really excited. This will be in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm gonna start reading it today, but I am going on vacation like tomorrow, and I haven't packed yet, so it's probably gonna be just a review video instead of like a read with me, but we'll see how that works out. But yes, super excited to get onto this book. I will try to post a highlight kind of video on TikTok and Instagram, just for people who don't want to sit through this video. But yes, I really enjoyed it. And on to the next one. I would also like to say, so I do have this other book series, this other kids book series that is also a pretty long series as well. I think there's like 9.5 books out currently, but it's called Keeper of the Lost Cities. I've talked about this on TikTok as well as other videos here on YouTube, and I really enjoyed it. It's a big book, but it's only about 480 pages, which isn't that bad at all. But it's actually super good, honestly, for a kid's book. It basically starts the same way. It's like the chosen one trope. She's like 12 years old. She finds out that she just finds out that she's not human, but she actually can read minds, and it's super fun. But I do have the second book that I haven't read yet, and I was hoping to also do a like playlist video of me reading all these books as well. They're all like hefty though. Like the second book is even longer. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. I can do a video just kind of an overview of this book. It will have spoilers in it. So because there's a lot that happens in this. It's honestly like kind of mind-boggling how much stuff happens. So I think just going through everything that occurred in this book would be a really fun video. But let me know, because I really need to finish reading this series because it was really, really, really good. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys had fun. Like I said, I will try to do a vlog of me reading that, but I will be on vacation. And I don't really like filming in front of people, but yeah. So if I get the courage, I will definitely do a vlog of me reading through them, or reading through Chamber of Secrets. But yeah, just stay tuned for the next video. I love you guys. Bye bye.